The following video may not be suitable for children 13 and under. Viewer discretion is advised.
Have Cameron from Arbitrary Hero, and I've been meaning to learn this game for a long time. Cameron's going to teach me how to play Transformers, the trading card game, and hopefully this could be a thing. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going pretty well.
We'll find that out by the end of this video.
yeah. This is a little test to see if how we can play via webcam instead of just through Octagon. So,
okay, treat me as a total new person, don't know anything. I bought a starter set.
Sure thing. So we'll start. Is my audio on? No, it is. You can hear me though.
I can hear you.
Weird.
I guess while I'm doing this, I should perforate these.
Okay. So I guess the first thing to talk about are the two types of cards in the game. Okay. We've got our big character cards right here. For example, you're running Bumblebee and Windblade, and I'm running Megatron and Starscream. This is from the Wave 2 starter pack. In terms of what they do in the game, when all your characters get knocked out, which is they have the red number is your health. When they get damage dealt equal to their health, they're knocked out. If you lose all your characters, then you lose the game. And that's, for the purpose of this starter, that's the only way that you can lose or win is by killing off all your opponent's characters or losing all of your characters.
Got it.
When you start a game, everyone starts in alt mode. And
which
you can do
the opposite side.
Yes, yeah. You get 3 actions during your turn. The first one is transforming, which is flipping one of your characters over.
Okay.
The second one is the second and third one come from your battle cards, which we both have 40, and our battle decks, since we're both playing the starter, they match each other right now. I don't know if I've really given mine a good shuffle. But if I can take 2 battle cards by example, you have action cards and you have upgrade cards. You can play one of each on a normal turn. Actions, you play it, you do what it says on the card, and then at the end of the turn it goes away. Upgrades, you play it like Datapad, you play it, it attaches to a character, and then it stays and does its effect. Yeah, for the...
So like this is an upgrade card.
Yep.
So we would like put it to show the character's attached has that or is kind of carrying it.
Exactly.
Like equipment.
And each character can have up to 3 different upgrades: 1 weapon, 1 armor, and 1 utility. And it says on the card what it is.
Oh, okay. So it's like you can't have 2 utilities, 2 weapon, or 2. So it's kind of like slots for your character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And obviously it's a TCG, so like there's all sorts of characters that break those rules. But for the purposes of this game, I think that's pretty much it. The way we battle is, so you get to transform a character, play an action, play an upgrade, and then attack. And you attack by tapping a character, declaring a target. Like, let's say,
and they can use that term "tap" because it's wizards.
Yeah. They won't sue themselves. So in this case, let's say that you had Bumblebee and Windblade. I would say I'm going to attack with Megatron. In my case, I have to attack. If you have a tapped character, I have to target them. Otherwise,
so if Windblade was tapped the prior turn, you have to attack her.
Yeah. On the first turn, if my guys are untapped, you can pick whoever you want to attack. There's keywords that affect that, but I don't think they're in this starter deck. It's basically brave characters have to be attacked unless the tapping rule overwrites it, and stealth characters get to avoid being attacked unless they're the only tapped character. Other than that, the actual battling happens when we attack, and then we will both flip 2 cards off the top of our decks and count up our pips. We can see on our character cards that, for example, Megatron has 2 attack and 2 armor. The colors are associated with the pips that are flipped. So I would add my 2 orange pips to his attack. That's 4 attack. Windblade has 2 defense. You add your blue pip to that.
So it'd be
3
3.
defense. So 4 minus 3 is 1. She takes 1 damage.
So 1 damage. So the damage is the difference, basically.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then the only other thing I'd say is just keywords. So Megatron on him, it says bold, and it says exactly what it does, which is when I attack, I get to flip 1 extra pip. Starscream has tough. When he defends in this mode, he gets to flip 1 extra pip. Your guys, I think they do different things. Windblade, when she flips, she has an ability.
She has Pierce, so she does at least 2 damage when attacking.
Yeah, so Pierce is a way to ignore defense.
Got it.
And then Bumblebee has bold also, I think, right?
Yeah, flip 1 more battle card when attacking, so I guess it can increase your odds of doing
so,
more
like,
damage.
And that kind of informs you on how you want to use those characters. So, like, Bumblebee, he wants to attack while he's a robot because you get to flip an extra card. Same with Windblade, she gets her Pierce ability. For my guys, Starscream wants to defend while he's a robot. Megatron has his bold ability in tank mode, but then in robot mode, when I upgrade him, he gets +1 until the end of turn. So that's kind of a decision I have to make if I want to do that. So yeah, that's. Go ahead.
There's a cool, there's also keywords plain. I guess that's like for certain abilities that target those keywords. Yeah,
in certain cards, there's cards that are like only play this on a plane, or if you have a plane in your group, or the famous one is cars. So Bumblebee is a car, and there's a bunch of cards that specifically let cars untap. So like the way a round progresses or turns progresses, we'll keep going till all of our characters are tapped, and then once both sides are tapped out, then we untap and we go again. Well, cars kind of get to cheat. They have special cards that let them do that.
So really, the transforming is really, there's a strategy either to get, like, for him at least, better defense, or to get the car ability, like if you have a battle card that really gives you a boost by being a car.
Yeah, exactly. That's where a lot of the strategy comes in the game, just in terms of sequencing, figuring out what order you want to attack in, what mode you want to be in, what your opponent's doing to try and prevent them from doing that. The nice thing about the starter set is I think it gives you a little taste of a couple of those ideas, but it doesn't make things too complicated. Whereas for me, I wasn't really a trading card game person until this came out. And so people that were playing Magic for years, they're kind of used to a lot of these ideas, but I think I had to learn them, and it took me maybe a little longer than the average player.
I like the basic mechanics. It seems like you have a simplistic mechanic, though, but a lot of room for in-depth strategy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of things I like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and if we keep doing this, I can show you off some really crazy deck lists that are a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I guess there was a tabletop game I used to play a lot called War Machine, and it was all about synergies. Like the basic mechanic to move, attack, and all that stuff were simple, but it's the idea of putting together, the team plus abilities to get that synergy going.
Yeah, and cool. I know I didn't talk about deck construction much. Just a real quick. If people counted up the stars on our characters, I think it adds up to 24 total across all 4 of ours. And then there's one card in the deck that has a star on it called Leap of Faith. The rules for building a deck, and this is a pre-made deck that Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast sells. Yeah, Leap of Faith has a star on it. Is just 40 cards at least in your battle cards, and then 25 stars total on your team. So if someone wanted to pick up this set that we're playing with, they can play with everything that's there right away. They can take, right now they can't go to their local game shop because of coronavirus.
Now there's no limitation in terms of faction.
Right.
Legally, you could have Autobots and Decepticons in the same deck.
Yeah, one of my favorite decks right now is Jetfire with 2 Decepticon planes. And they work off some different synergies because they all have the ranged combat tag, and they're jets, and Jetfire can do specific things, but they're not the same faction. there's different cards that play off of faction. So there's cards that you can only play if you started with all Autobots or things like that. But there's no hard rules about your faction.
And of course, like I'm sure there's synergies with combiners and their teams.
Oh yeah. Right now, I think the Stundicons are one of my favorite combiners. There's all sorts. This wave that this set came out in was the combiner wave, and that's a ton of fun.
Oh, cool. Okay, man, I'm pretty excited for this. I mean, I have a ton of these cards. I only missed out the last 2 boxes, Siege 1 and 2. But,
that's some of my favorite stuff.
I'm actually probably going to pick up a set because I was looking on Amazon. Siege 1 came down in price, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, if this goes well, I'll have to see if I can convince you to buy some more cards. But so if we want to start, do you have a preference going first or second?
I maybe you should go first because then you get the flow going and then I can follow your lead.
So we'll start by both drawing 3 cards into our hand.
Oh wait, let me shuffle.
Oh, sure thing.
So 3 cards.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
And then in other games, the first player doesn't draw. In this case, that's not true. So I'm going first. I'll still draw a card.
Mm-hmm. And if I wanted to show you, we can.
What I am limited to doing is, we can play open hand. What I'm limited is that I cannot play a card on my first turn. So the rule about playing an action and an upgrade doesn't apply for my first turn. The only thing I can do is transform and then attack.
Nice. Okay, so starting hand is 3. First action, draw a card.
Yep.
And then because you're the first player, you cannot play any of these. You can either attack.
Yeah, I can flip one guy and
transform,
then attack.
Attack. Got it.
And that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of going to set myself up, I think, to try and defend. So I'm going to flip Starscream, and I'm going to attack. And right now, I get to choose between whoever I want to attack.
Because no one is tapped.
Have the same defense. So I'm going to say Starscream going into Windblade.
Okay.
And right now I'm starting with 4 attack, and then I flip 2 more cards and add the orange pips onto my attack.
And I'm starting with 2 defense.
Yep.
And then flip 2 more. I have a blue, so that's a 3 defense, and a non-color just means nothing, right?
No, that is not a non-color pip. That's a white pip, which actually means the first white pip you flip when you flip cards, you get to flip 2 more cards.
Oh, so there's an actual, or do I flip 2 cards at once or one at a time?
One at a time, but like
so like if I actually did it in the right order, I'd flip this.
Yep.
And then I'd flip 2 more cards.
Yep. And then you flip 4 total. You still get your regular flip also. Your regular 2 flip plus 2.
Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. So 3 plus 2, 5. Orange doesn't do anything for me.
Yep. So you get 5, and I am attacking with 7. So you'll take 2.
So I take 2 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Windblade said, "Ouch."
I have a choice because I flipped. If you can see on camera, I flipped an orange pip. Orange pips have a special rule that once per combat. So this was a combat. I can choose to switch a card from my hand with an orange pip, or a green pip that's been flipped.
So
Sparngear has a green pip. So I've got 2 backup beams. I'm going to go ahead and drop 1 from my hand, pick up the Sparngear for now, put that in my hand. And then now that these cards have been flipped, we'll just put them in our scrap. Yep.
So I'm just going to put, this is going to be my scrap pile right here.
Yep. So now I've attacked. My turn is over. It is your turn. So the first thing you'll do is draw.
Draw a card.
And then this is the second turn of the game. So you get to
I gotta transform first, right?
The order doesn't matter.
Oh, the order doesn't matter. Nice.
No.
Okay. So that allows some flexibility if I see something here that if I draw something that benefits another mode, I can.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose that order. So the options you have is you can transform someone, and you can either play an action or an upgrade, not both this turn.
Got it. So I can't just do this action. I'm gonna try an upgrade. Ooh, this one is kind of neat. So this gives me a +4. After the upgraded character attacks, then I get discarded. So it's kind of like a one-shot deal thing.
Yeah, and it is, I think right now grenade launcher is still one of the best weapons. Like it's that +4 you just don't see on other weapons, and that's why they make you scrap it because it's so strong.
It seems kind of strong to do it every single turn. When the upgraded character attacks, return one of the defending character's upgrades. So this is a utility and a weapon. So technically, this can go on one, but not in the same turn, right?
Right. Yeah, you can spend a couple turns building a character up.
So I'm just going to transform Windblade. And then gonna put the damage counter here. And I guess I'm going to build it up. I'm going to play this. So that's my one. I can't. And then looking at your Starscream, which hit me. So
since he's tapped, he's the one you have to attack. And he does have 0 defense, but he also gets to flip an extra card on defense.
Now, Bumblebee is a melee. And can I attack him even though he's a plane?
Yeah. The
melee and range thing?
Archetypes, melee, ranged, or specialist, they are keywords that are affected by cards. They don't affect who you can target or who you can't target. There might be a card that says, oh, this character can't be attacked by melee. Okay. But unless it says that specifically, you don't have to worry about that.
It's like a special ability then. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tap Bumblebee and attack Starscream because he's tapped, so I have no choice but to attack him.
Yes.
And Bumblebee has an attack of 3, so I flip 2 cards?
Yes.
I got 2 orange and 1 blue.
So you're swinging with 5, and then I flip my defense 1, and I got 2, and then tough 1. So I'm only blocking 1, so I take a 4 from that.
Wow, B. That was quite some sting.
Yeah. And then again, I have another green pip flipped. I could choose to pick that up if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
That was quite some sting in vehicle mode.
Yeah, especially because his other mode, I think it says on the right side of the card what the other side's stats are. You don't even need to flip.
Yeah, it says it's same attack, but
okay. But then he has bold 1 when he's a robot.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so you attacked. So now your turn has ended, and it's mine again.
Very cool.
I'm going to draw another card.
This is a pretty cool flow.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So Megatron has in robot or in tank mode bold 1 to attack, but I'm going to flip him. So now he's got 3 attack, and then it says on him when I upgrade this, he gets +1 until the end of turn, +1 attack. So what I'm going to do is play a grenade launcher on Megatron.
Ooh, so seen that one before.
Is an upgrade. So now he gets 3 plus the 4 from the grenade launcher, which is 7 plus 1 because he got upgraded. So now he's swinging with 8. And again, my target is chosen for me. I could play an action if I wanted to, but I don't have any in my hand. So then Megatron is going into Bumblebee here with 8.
Oh, hey.
Flip.
And Bumblebee's defense is 2. Flip 2 cards. I got 2 whites.
So the first white pip lets you flip 2 more. The second one doesn't do anything.
Okay. So
and that's where some of the deck construction stuff comes in. You want white so you get your whites, but you don't want to put too many at once.
Look at all my whites coming out right now. All these whites are coming out. Oh, I didn't block anything. This is going to hurt Bumblebee.
So you block. So I'm swinging 9, and you block your 2 of it. Yeah,
my 2. So I'm thinking 7. Okay. Well, here we go. 5.
And then because I attacked, grenade launcher gets scrapped.
But now both of them are up for attacks if I wanted to. Now.
Yeah, now you could choose if you wanted to target Megatron. You might want to focus on Starscream since you already put some damage on him. But the choice is yours. So now it's your turn. You get to draw again.
So when do we untap?
When all of our characters are tapped.
So your turn, you get to untap next.
Both of us will at the same time.
Oh, at the same time.
Yes.
So the flow is like whoever ends up untapping, getting all their characters tapped then, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it'll be uneven teams. Like I could play a team of smaller characters that's like 6 characters, and someone else could play a team of bigger characters that are only 2.
Got it.
Like we'll go, I'll go, they'll go, I'll go, they'll go, and they'll be tapped out. So my 4 characters will all get to swing, and then we'll be tapped out, and then we'll go again. You don't get extra turns, but you get to attack with all your little guys.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh no, that makes sense because there's not going to be even numbers all the time.
Exactly.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to draw.
Yep.
Inspiring leadership. Draw 3 cards, then scrap. So I can either play an upgrade, or no wait, I can play an action or an upgrade, or an action.
You can play both, and you actually have 2 interesting cards in your hand. What I see is grenade launcher and ready for action.
Oh, this one. Oh, because it's 10. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do. So I can now add to Windblade.
Yes.
This. Because I want this to come back to me, basically. That's the whole point of this thing, right?
Debilitating crystal. No, it doesn't come back to you. It would if I had an upgrade on my side. You'd be able to get rid of like an armor that protects me or something.
Okay, I read that whole thing wrong. Okay, but it's a good ability. We're gonna keep it on Windblade.
Yep.
And so now I played an upgrade. I can now play an action. I just couldn't play an action the last time because it was my first turn. That's correct?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. So choose one of your characters. If there's a truck, to untap one of your characters that has 10 or fewer. And that is a good ability because
it's basically going to get, like we were just talking about the uneven characters.
Yeah.
You'll get to attack with Windblade and Bumblebee this turn.
Correct. Or I can prevent Windblade from getting hit. Right? Because I could attack and then
no,
play this.
Your turn will end when you attack. So if you want to play the card, you have to play it.
Got it.
The first thing you do on a turn is draw. The last thing you do is attack. The order of the other stuff in between doesn't matter.
Got it. Okay, so I'm also play this because I'm going to untap Bumblebee so we can get a swing.
And then you played that, but you can still transform if you wanted to, which gives them the bold one.
Yeah, we're going to transform Bumblebee. And now both of you guys are up. So I could actually gang up on Starscream to eliminate him if possible.
Yeah. You could, and the order that you attack in doesn't matter. So if you wanted to, say, try and kill Starscream with Bumblebee, and then
that's what I'm thinking of doing. Kind of
with what 6 right now.
So if I get a lucky shot with Bumblebee, I might be able to save this grenade launcher for Megatron.
But that might be a little greedy. You never know.
Well,
that's the sort of thing that you got to think about in the game, and that's where in my videos when I play, I talk about like my mistakes. Usually, I fuck up math like that. Well,
let's give it a try. When in gaming, I'm known to do stupid things just to see if I can push my luck.
Yep.
So I'm gonna attack Starscream with Bumblebee.
All right.
And Bumblebee is a 3. He has a bold 1, so I flip total of 3.
Yes.
So I'm gonna flip the first one. It's an orange, orange, orange. All 3 orange.
Move those on camera. I think it's hidden behind your
there you go.
Okay. So you're flipping and you're attacking for 6.
So 6.
And then I flip my defense. I have 0 defense, but I do have tough 1, which means I could flip an extra on defense. I am blocking 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. You do get the kill.
I get the kill. Oh, cool. I gotta figure out this layout. So I'm gonna make a little template so I know where I'm flipping, where I'm holding my if we're doing a real game, I should be keeping this out of sight, right?
Normally we play with our hands closed, obviously, but I agree with you. The one thing that I'd like is some sort of structured play mat. I think, like you said, a template to. But there's so many different cards. Like the characters aren't all this size. Some are smaller. Some like the combiners are smaller.
Or the Titans and stuff.
Yeah, big. So it's hard. I see why they haven't been able to do a play mat like that yet.
Yeah, that's true. And then you have the triple changers and the other. I mean, there's a lot of variety, and that's a cool part of the Transformers property. I mean, there's just so much, and having a core mechanics that is not that complicated, I guess is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can still attack,
Yes,
correct?
you still have to attack with Wind Blade.
So I'm gonna. So, do I have to attack, or like, can I end? I'm just kind of curious.
You can't.
Doesn't make sense though, right?
Yeah, you can't end your turn in. Like you mentioned, you didn't have cards from Siege 1 and Siege 2.
Mhm.
With those sets of cards, there are ways to have your turn end without an attack. But in this case, your turn will always end with an attack.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not like you hit me back.
Right.
So I'm gonna tap Windblade, and
Yep.
she has Pierce 2 until the end of the turn. So I'm gonna do at least 2.
Yes.
And her attack is 2. Well, I guess let me get this, and then we add this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so flip the card. Uh-oh, not looking good. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's why we play the grenade launcher.
Yeah. A bunch of blues. So I'm
Yep.
going to play the grenade launcher. So I'm always going to do, well, so I have 6 total.
Yep. And then no matter what my blue flips are, you will at least do 2. I could flip 6 defense, and you'll still at least do 2 damage.
Got it.
So I will flip my defense, and it is a bunch of orange. So 6 minus 1 is 5. So that takes Megatron down to half health. Things are not looking so good.
And this gets discarded.
Yes.
Got it.
Enforce Batons is a card I could pick up, but I'm not going to. Now it's the end of your turn. The game checks, is everyone tapped? The answer is yes. We both untap all our characters.
Got it.
All right.
It's a pretty smooth flow.
Yeah, I think so. Once you get into the pattern, it goes pretty well. So I have nothing but armor, or nothing but upgrades in my hand, which is a bit of a struggle. What can I do? I think I will play the backup beam, which gives Megatron Bold 2. Since I upgraded him, he also gets +1, so I'm swinging 4 Bold 2.
That's going to hurt.
I'm not going to transform anyone, and I'm going to attack. Could I kill Windblade from here? I kind of could.
Windblade only has 6 more life left, but yeah, Bumblebee's is hanging by
almost. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I won't be greedy. I'll just go ahead and swing at a Bumblebee because he'd do more damage, assuming you could play the upgrade wherever you wanted. So I'll swing into Bumblebee.
Okay.
1, 2, White Pip. Bold 1, Bold 2, and then 2 more for the White Pip. Swinging 3, 4, 5, 6 into Bumblebee.
And nothing. And nothing. Right? Because
Well,
only
White Pip lets you flip 2 more.
Unless it's 2 white.
The second time, time you flip a White Pip. So if you flipped another White Pip, it wouldn't do anything.
So I got nothing.
Yeah. So Bumblebee dies. Nothing really for me to pick up. But now here's where I have an upgrade that you can actually get rid of with your debilitating crystal, and it's your turn.
So if I do that, that counts as a action? Like if I does that just happen?
We can put it up on the screen, but I think the wording of debilitating crystal is just when your character attacks, correct?
Oh yeah, when I attack. So when I attack, I can get rid of that.
Yeah, it's just something that happens. It doesn't cost you anything to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw a card. Let's see here. Flamethrower. Upgrade. So weapon.
Yep.
I can actually upgrade her, correct? Because I have one utility.
Yes.
1 weapon. And okay. And I do have an action card. This one says draw 3 cards and scrap 2 from your hand. I'm assuming I can't do that since I don't have.
No, you can. It happens in the order. So you'll draw 3, and then you'll have 4 cards in your hand, and then
okay. So
that's probably a pretty good play because I don't think Team Up Tactics does anything for you.
Yeah, without a team.
Like that can be one of the cards you scrap.
So 1, 2, 3. Now I gotta. This is added to my hand, and then I discard.
Yes.
So, oh man.
And I you just dropped the 2 Team Up Tactics.
Yeah, that doesn't do me anything.
So now you have an armor you can play on the next turn, and then I forget what Rapid Ascent actually does.
It's another armor as well. So it's when you put this on a ranged character, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and scrap it.
Gotcha.
So, okay, so we'll keep it for later if this lasts one more round. Windblade is going to attack.
Yep.
Again, 2. And do you have any upgrades on him?
Yes. So I have the backup beam.
So do I discard it after the attack or before the attack?
Think right now when you're attacking, does it say discard or does it say goes to my hand?
It says when the upgraded let's do it this way. When the upgraded character attacks, return one of the defending character's upgrades to the owner's hand. So it goes back to your hand.
Yep, backup beam will go back to my hand.
And this just stays.
Yep, that every time you do it, that can happen.
Got it. Okay, and then the flamethrower gives me bold 2, so I'm going to be flipping 4 cards on my 2 attack.
Yep.
So flip 1, nothing. 2, 1 orange. 3, a blue. 4, a white. Now, does that trigger 2 more, right?
Absolutely.
Nothing. And nothing. A blue. So I am doing a whopping 3.
Okay. I put my defense. I'll take 2 of it.
Yeah. That's probably more than what I would have given you. Anyway. And then I discard it.
Yep. So then I have 1 turn because I'm at 7 damage. I've got 3 health left.
We untap?
Yes. We're both tapped. We both untap. I've got 1 turn to try and kill Windblade. So let's see what I draw. Okay. So I get a Leap of Faith.
Okay.
So Leap of Faith I'm going to play first. It's an action. I get to scrap the top card of my deck. I can choose to play that card. It is a security console. I'll go ahead and play it as a utility. Then scrap another card from the top of my deck. I can choose to play that card. Is a Reckless Charge. Reckless Charge is interesting because this card is suicidal. So it's going to get Megatron +4 until the end of turn, but at the end of turn, he'll take 3 damage. So,
and how much do you have left?
Yeah. But the goal is if I play it, I kill Windblade.
Yeah. It's like the end game. You want to end it, but if for some weird reason I survive, you're going to be in a bad position.
Yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the backup beam back onto Megatron. So I've upgraded Megatron twice this turn. So his attack, instead of being 3, is now 5. +4 from Reckless Charge is 9. And then I can swing into Windblade with Bolt 2.
Windblade, fly away.
Bolt 2, White Pip, White Pip. Swinging with 10.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I have 1. If Megatron doesn't finish the job, Starscream gets to be the leader.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that was a little
And okay, well, I guess I do my thing, right? My 2. Okay, 2 more. I got. Oh, hey, I have 2.
So you would take 8.
And Windblade is defeated. Hey, this was fun. This is cool. Okay, now it's like I got a taste of this.
Yep.
And it's got me to now want to look at all the cards I have and actually build a deck.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. And if people are curious, like I post different deck lists on my channel, and then I have there's a website called fortressmaximus.io where people share deck lists and ideas. For example, let me show if you're curious at all. Let me show you one that I've been working on.
And I'm now going to be able to understand a lot of your TCG content on your channel now.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'm watching like, okay, I'm not, don't totally get it, but I think I might start to get it.
Yeah, and like I'm down to play as much as possible. So this deck list that I have is from the new cards, new until May 29th. That's when I don't know if you know Headmasters come out in the game.
Yes, Headmasters.
So this is Ratchet, Detritus, and Dazzle Strike, which I forgot who that was, but that's Green Light's Battlemaster.
Yeah, Green Light's Battlemaster.
And the idea behind this deck is everyone has different ways to heal. And the thing is, Ratchet's ability says whenever I heal, for each damage I heal, he gets +1 to his attack. So the goal is I can heal a couple different times in a turn, get his attack really high, and then attack with it. And then the deck that I've built is the pip count. It's a lot of orange pips, and then it might be hard to make out on camera, but it's also let me see if I can. So that's not colorless, that's a black pip. And you were talking about Windblade's Pierce ability.
Yes.
They in the Siege 1, they introduced the black pip, which basically gives Pierce when you flip it. So the idea behind this deck is getting a big attack and then making it as much of it Pierce, so I don't care about my opponent's defense.
I'm just trying to think for future games, like I might like not I might put a little thing to angle it so I don't get so much glare being straight up.
That's been something I struggle with. I've been trying to figure out how to show things.
Yeah, or maybe I have these little matte sleeves. Maybe that's a little. I think
that helps.
Yeah. Oh, cool, man.
Yeah. And then in terms of like building stuff out, like you mentioned combiners earlier, those are a lot of fun. The aerial bots, if you're playing with Wave 1 and Wave 2 cards, the aerial bots are a lot of fun.
I got some of the combiner cards here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The Stundicons are my favorite. They're not the strongest, but they're some of my favorites. And then the Sentinels are a weird one. I played those competitively. And that's a combiner team that's very strong, but you don't actually care about combining them. They have abilities when they flip that are really good that you don't want to combine to lose their individual abilities.
This is one thing we probably might have to figure out. Like I'm thinking, like if we ever play with combiners, I might just scan the full form and print a small card of it.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I gotta hang my camera up a little higher or something.
Because it's just gonna take this whole area and like and stuff. So because basically we just really need the stats anyway, right? And
people that make all sorts of great content about the game. There's Vector Sigma. They've got a website and a YouTube channel, and they're the super competitive. They really know a ton about the game. There's Wreck and Rule and Powered by Primus are two other great content creators. FortressMaximus.io, I mentioned before, has just a ton of deck lists and stuff. So yeah, if people are curious, and they can always, like, anyone can hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or wherever if they're curious about learning about the game.
And I'll put links in the description of this eventual video and stuff. Anything else you want to add? I'm not going to sign out with you first, but I kind of want to. We'll close the video out and then hang out a bit.
No, I think that's it. I mean, this was fun, and I think if we can make it work to do it a couple times, like let me know when you want to do this again, and we'll definitely do it again.
Well, thanks, Cameron. Really appreciate it. I gotta say, this is like the first actual time I played this game after almost a year of owning all these cards.
And we've talked about it before.
I know we've talked about it, and it just dawned on me that I don't know when did it dawn on me, like maybe we can do it over StreamYard, because I was trying to figure out that other app and just couldn't get. Yeah, I couldn't get, but this was way more simple to set up if you ask me.
Yeah. You get the camera out and you've got your cards, and it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's as if we're sitting right at the same table, right? Except your table is darker than mine's.
Yeah. And this is COVID-19 approved.
Yeah, real social distancing and getting some tabletop games at the same time.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anyway, thanks, Cameron. Appreciate it a lot. I'm just going to close out this video. Be sure to check out Cameron's channel. I'll put links to that and all the other stuff he said in the description below. And I think maybe we got something going on here because I'm excited to play another game. I'm really going to go back to my cards and try to build some stupid team and see if I can make it work or lose gloriously.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way to lose.
Hey, signing out.
All right. Have a great one, everyone.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.